Hello, your brony. It is Alan, and it is brony time, and welcome back to Let's Play Dual Destinies. Here we are again. I'm sitting down for literally like the fifth time, well, fourth time no, fifth actually. This is my fifth time video of this session. So holy crap, guys! I think I'm just in this till the end. I think I'm just recording this. I'm dedicating the rest of my day to finishing this game because holy crap! Last time it was revealed, Bobby freaking Fulbright is the Phantom. He's a freaking actor who shows no emotion, which explains why he's so over the top, because he's faking emotion. So it totally makes sense that, like, he would come off as, like, overbearing and, like, overdoing it, because he was putting on an act. But we're about to face him on the stand. We are in a recess, so let's see what's going to happen. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. If it wasn't for everything you did, I... Don't thank me yet. We still have an uphill battle to fight. You got it, boss. You're feeling really horrible right now, Apollo, huh? Apollo? Yeah, I think... I don't know how you come back from this. Like, you accused her of murder, dude. I think you kind of destroyed this relationship. Well, this is awkward. Athena, can you do me a favor? Huh? What is it? Could you... punch me, please? What? Why should I do that? Because I should have believed in you. I let the seed of doubt inside me get the best of me. I'm really sorry that I didn't trust... Ouch! Don't be such a dope! I was really touched by what you did. Huh? Now what are you talking about? You took the time and effort to genuinely think about who I am and what I'm made of. After all that, how could I punch a true friend like you, Apollo? You didn't have any trouble slapping him a second ago. Thanks, Athena. And thanks for waking me up to reality again. Guess I know now who to call if I ever get sleepy in court. Looks like you have some promising people working under... Oh, it's Edward. There's promising young people working under you. Edgeworth. Yeah, I think they're pretty great myself, and they're not afraid to keep me in line. Anyway, I have some very good news. Aurora Blackwell has surrendered, and the hostages have been set free. Trucy and all the others? Oh, thank goodness! Miss Blackwell said she had something she really needed to do, so I granted her special permission to do what she must. I wonder what it is. Miss Blackwell! I didn't come to apologize, if that's what you're thinking. My actions are what allowed the truth of what happened 7 years ago to come to light. But I did come because I had something to say to all of you. Miss Aurora, she better not be here to complain about something. Miss Blackwell, I want to apologize to you. The fact that you couldn't trust the court system is our fault. Yes, it's true, the courts are filled with incompetent idiots. Still, I suppose I could let you handle the rest of this case for me. Or does that mean you're starting to trust the system again? No, of course not. Be quiet, hunk of junk. It's just, I wouldn't mind if you were the ones who took Metis' killer down. Leave it to us. We'll get him. So I guess that means starting to trust us, at least. Well, just because there's like one or two good people in a system that's filled with, like, crooked people, like, oh, this one lawyer and this one prosecutor are, like, actually, like, you know, decent people who are actually true to what they stand for. But it's not enough to, like, change the system's still rotten to its core. Aurora, Simon, I'm glad you and both and the princess were cleared of all suspicion. And it's all thanks to me and my robots. You better be grateful. I never imagined you would go that far. Though you always were extreme, but I don't recall ever requesting your help. As closed as ever, I see. Well, now that you've been released, I guess it's my turn to go live in the slammer. I just hope you're not the prosecutor for my trial. You'll probably give me the death penalty. You know me all too well. I guess love can take on a variety of expressions, including stunted in their case. But I truly was about to be executed tomorrow. Though because of you, it looks like I won't be crossing the Styx just yet. You have my heartfelt thanks, Aura. I'm sorry I caused you so much anguish. Simon. I'm so glad, Simon. So very glad to hear you say that. Aura. Alright. That's enough of that. Bailiff, take me to the detention center. Aww. What Miss Blackwell did was inexcusable. But it's clear she did it out of love for her brother. As twisted and evil as it was, at least it didn't come from hate. I still can't wrap my mind around Detective Fulbright being the Phantom. I can't believe he killed Clay. Right, and murdered my mentor, which brought great distress upon little Athena. Chief Prosecutor. Yes? I would ask a favor. Would you allow me to stand at the prosecutor's bench for this trial? I wish to claim the Phantom's head by my own hand. That was my plan all along. After all, it's highly unconventional for a man in my position to stand in court. Sir? The formal paperwork has yet to be filed. You are hereby conditionally released. Please take the prosecutor's bench in your official capacity, and uncover the truth by your own hand. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh god, hold on. Family messages, have to read them in case there's something important. And uncover the truth by your own hand. I'm much obliged. The day to part with these has come at last. Chief Prosecutor, could you? Yes. Now I'm going to go stab that detective. How long have I waited? Maybe it's a sense of freedom, but even the air seems fresher, the light brighter. And I will relish slashing that blackguard Fulbright to shreds without mercy. I don't have to be able to read his heart to see how happy he is. I'm so glad, but I won't cry just yet. After all, we still got a trial to finish. It's okay to cry, Athena. I promise. Prosecutor Blackwell, Mr. Wright, please avenge Clay's death for me. What are you talking about, Apollo? You're coming to defense's bench with me. I am? Well, I can't expect Athena to assist me now, can I? She's a defendant. That leaves you, Apollo. But are you sure you want me? I took a leave of absence and everything. Well, her office is pretty short-handed. You're all I've got. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Apollo. Athena, I can say it with all my heart now. I believe in your complete innocence. And now we're going to prove it to the world. Thank you, Apollo. I know you can do it.
So, you won't be needing that eye patch anymore, right?
Right, because I'm fine now.
Apollo is back, baby! It is full outfit, man. Wow, he did grow. Wow, they did a cutscene just for that. They're like, cutscene. Alright, now back to regular. Now this is the Apollo I know. Welcome back, Apollo. It's almost time for the trial to restart, though it looks like you have things well in hand. Yep, I should head back to the prosecutor's office. But why? I want to look into a few things, namely, the first people on the scene 7 years ago, the facial data registered by the robot, Detective Fulbright's background. Sounds great, Edgeworth, thanks. I expect to be repaid with a victory, right? Now if you'll excuse me. Okay, you two all set to go? You bet I am. Let's do this. This is it. The final battle. The murder of Apollo's friend. The courtroom bombing incident. Excuse me. And the case that ushered in the dark age of the law. 7 years ago. Destiny has called us to bring the one responsible for it all to justice today. Okay, good. It didn't give me to be continued. I'm like, don't tell me I could have gone a little longer last episode and reached a better stopping point. But nah, I stopped at the best part. This is a biggin. Let us now reconvene. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has never been more ready. You know, this is the first time we've been at the defense bench together since I debuted. Now that you mention it, although back then I thought you were more loud than you were reliable. You've really come a long way since then, Apollo. You've grown a lot. Well, there have been some hiccups, but I guess I've done pretty well. You still got that ego of his, though. Prosecutor Blackwell, with the 7-year mistake now resolved, you can finally take your rightful place. Yes, I guess we can keep the chit-chat for later. Bailiff, please bring in the witness immediately. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell... Oh, sorry. Even with those handcuffs off, Prosecutor Blackwell seems to be pretty much the same. 7 years of grumpiness doesn't go away so easily, I guess. Ha 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 ha! Bobby Fulbright here. I heard I was needed on the stand, so here I am. Detective Fulbright, do you know why you've been called to give testimony? Yep, because there is only one reason why I'd be called. And that is because it's time for justice. In justice we trust. Objection. You can't fool us with that act anymore. Your justice is nothing but lies. What? Are you questioning the integrity of my sense of justice? I mean, sure, sometimes I make mistakes, but hey. He's acting exactly the same as always. Tell me about it. He must be feeling awfully confident. Fulbright. If you wish to dispel his suspicions, then let's get your testimony. Alright, fine. You want me to prove my righteousness? I can certainly do that. Ha ha ha! I'm the very embodiment of justice itself. I won't have you make me into a villain with your far-fetched arguments. And this bit about the escape route is only a theory. You don't have any proof. What you do have is proof that Cedar Sykes is a culprit. This letter with a prince on it. So you're saying the suspicions against you are completely false? That the defendant is the real culprit? That's right. Mr. Lawyer's escape route is totally circumstantial. He doesn't have any proof that I made a big leap onto a ladder. We don't have proof. You are correct about that. However, you don't have any proof for your claim either. Yeah, I guess you're right. But you can't define justice with evidence. Who can define it anyway? Justice just is.
Objection!
Don't make me break out a dictionary on you. Yeah, please don't throw the book at me! Tell me the Phantom didn't just make me set up a stupid pun for him. Let's just try not to lose focus, alright? But my justice is crystal clear. What's not clear are your eyes. Wake up and smell the justice.
Silence.
Enough of your rubbish, Fulbright. You have even an ounce of justice, then you will answer the court's questions and prove it. Prosecutor Blackwell? Prosecutor Blackwell looks torn. Well, Fulbright was his partner after all. Prosecutor Blackwell is right. The truth will be revealed in the cross-examination. The suspicions against Detective Fulbright are at this point only suspicions. As is my duty, I will judge the claims against the detective as impartially as I can. Does anyone have any objections? That's fine, Your Honor. Ha ha ha! Now ask away and don't hold back. Well, there don't appear to be any objections. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Mr. Wright? God dang, I'm trying to get it. It goes high again. That's what I used to do for the judge, but I'm like, nah, it doesn't fit him.
Hold it!
My arguments are hardly far-fetched. There's careful reasoning behind my theory. Yes, well, apparently there's reasoning behind even a tofu burger. But what we have against Miss Sykes, though, is not just reasoning, but solid evidence. And it's called the lighter, with Miss Sykes' fingerprints on it in the victim's blood. Yes, that's true, but wait. Detective Fulbright was the one who brought that evidence to the trial. If you harbor any suspicions, I suggest you ask Fulbright, right, Dono? Especially about that lighter. He's right. What exactly should I ask about? The number of prints. So how many prints were found exactly? 3. The thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger of a right hand. Your Honor, that is an important statement. Could we please have it added to my testimony? You got it. You beat me to it. Ha ha! Be it investigating or testifying, speed is the key. The purple lighter with an emblem on it in their left hand and the knife in their right. Yep. Nope.
Objection!
You say the prints were from a right hand. Is that correct? That's right. Very clear prints. But that just doesn't add up. Huh? What doesn't add up? According to Miss Blackwell, who saw the culprit herself, this person held the lighter in their left hand. Oh? So here's the dilemma before us. Why are the prints on the lighter from a right hand instead of a left? Yeah! You're right. Doesn't make sense, does it? Your Honor, this lighter can hardly be called incriminating evidence. The witness's claims don't even hold water. Detective Fulbright, I hope you have a good explanation for this. I just can't understand it. They're definitely right handprints. But then why are they consistent with Miss Blackwell's statement? I've got it. What have you got, detective? The mirror. The witness must have seen a reflection of the culprit in the mirror. Go on. Miss Blackwell was looking through the window of the boarding lounge 1, wasn't she? I believe so. If you mean the little window in the back and to the right of the room. That's right. And across the room on the opposite wall is a large mirror. I do remember seeing it. So are you saying... Yes, the culprit Miss Blackwell saw must have been a reflection of that person in the mirror. That's not how mirrors work. Ah, I see. In that case, right and left would appear reversed, wouldn't they? Ha ha ha! Now do you see? That's the logic of pure justice!
Objection!
But your argument is only conjecture. You don't have any proof that what Miss Blackwell saw was a reflection. Right, Dono. You'd sooner nick yourself than him like that. Put some more muscle into it. Huh? Ha ha ha, that's right! Besides, the lighter couldn't have been in the left hand. And why not? Miss Blackwell said she saw an Earth emblem on the lighter, didn't she? The emblem is only on one side of the lighter. You're right. There's no emblem on the other side. Exactly. As blank and smooth as the judge's fine scalp. If the culprit had held the lighter in their left hand, they would have covered the emblem. Uh-oh. What's more, this is the kind of lighter you flick open with your thumb before lighting. So if the culprit held it in their left hand with the emblem out visible, they wouldn't have been able to open it, let alone light it. But if they held it in their right hand, they could easily open it and light it. This all means that the culprit was definitely holding the lighter in their right hand. No! Come back, my beautiful contradiction! It appears you planted a flower that bears no fruit. Ha ha ha! See how it withers before my flowers of justice! He's tough. He's managed to discredit almost everything I've proven up to this point. In justice we trust. Now do you see? I'm not this phantom you've been talking about. I mean, you're sure there really is a spy? I bet you they're just a figment of your imagination. Oh, it's so sad. So very sad, but I'm afraid Miss Sykes is the culprit.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright, I believe you said that the emblem is only on one side of the lighter. Are you sure about that? Of course I'm sure. Why don't you take a look for yourself and see? Do you see an emblem on both sides of the lighter? I knew it. You're lying, detective. Pardon me? You mean... Yes, my bracelet reacted to a statement about the emblem. He's definitely hiding something big. And I think if we use my talent, we might be able to figure it out. Justice Dono, are you sure? Are you to use that cheat of yours again? It's not cheating, Prosecutor Blackwell. Very well. Whether I like it or not, I suppose we should use whatever works right now. Go on, then. We have Prosecutor Blackwell's reluctant blessing, apparently. Okay, Apollo. You're up. Here goes, then. Detective Fulbright, could you repeat that last statement one more time? What in the world are you up to? Alright, fine. I'll say it as many times as you like. Listen carefully. The Earth emblem is only on the side that you can see when held in the right hand. You know what I just realized, guys?
Gotcha!
Detective Fulbright, you might not be aware of it yourself, but whenever you say the phrase, the Earth emblem, your left thumb moves. In fact, it appears as though you're running it along the edge of your holster. But, Mr. Lawyer, I don't have the foggiest notion of what you're talking about. But that is it. Be that as it may, I know it has something to do with the lighter. Let me examine it. But why? You're not making any sense. You can't
Silence!
just... Be still and do as you're told, Fulbright. If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't mind them having a look-see, should you? What? Not you too, Prosecutor Blackwell. I'm not sure what this is all about, but Prosecutor Blackwell insists. Must be something important. I will allow the defense to examine the lighter. Good. Now maybe we'll learn something new. check every inch of this thing. Sorry. So this is the Earth emblem Detective Fulbright was talking about. See anything noteworthy? Huh? Hey, look at this. The emblem's actually some kind of button. And there goes your whole argument. Wow, it transformed into something... A handle. A trigger. Is this what I think it is? There's no question, it seems. What you have there is a gun. A what? A gun. So that's it? Your Honor, please recall this morning's trial when Director Cosmos was on the stand. The bullet that hit the oxygen tank was extremely small. Maybe a 10-inch caliber? This little combat gun probably takes bullets of that caliber. It looks like this is the gun that was fired at the scene. I'm flabbergasted. The lighter was a gun? So when Detective Fulbright would touch his holster. That's right. Whenever he mentioned the Earth emblem, he must have subconsciously thought about the secret behind the lighter. In other words, he knew it was a gun from the very beginning. A lighter that transforms into a gun seems like a spy gadget to me. It's not the kind of thing an ordinary person can get their hands on. In fact, I'd say it's strictly in the domain of elite spies. Detective Fulbright, you will explain yourself. Ha ha ha! There's nothing for me to explain! I didn't know the lighter could transform! I mean, it was found in the Space Museum and then I brought it straight in! I didn't even have time to check it out!
Objection!
Whenever you mentioned the Earth emblem, you touched your holster. You subconsciously did that because you knew it was a gun. Accuse me all you want, but where is your proof? Do you have any evidence that I knew this lighter was a gun? Not exactly. And whose prints are on it? Miss Sykes' prints. It proves that she is the culprit, who fired the gun at the scene. It would appear the detective is right. You guys really trying to prove your client innocent or what? Although it pains me to do this, now that we are where we are, I have to make the following assertions coming from the prosecution side. The person who fired the gun at the Director Cosmos the lounge after the incident, and the person Ms. Blackwell saw holding the lighter, and the person who murdered Mr. Tehran, and the person who bombed the Space Center, are all the defendant, Athena Sykes. The prints on the lighter are decisive proof. Oh, haha, now do you see? A man on the side of justice couldn't possibly be the culprit. And I think it's about sums up Miss Sykes' part in the whole affair. The evidence certainly does seem to point to the defendant's guilt. Do you have anything to say, Prosecutor Blackwell? Evidence is everything in court. Therefore, Fulbright's claims stand firm. But, calm down, Apollo. He's just saying that because he has to as the prosecutor. Mr. Lawyer, our job is to pursue criminals in the name of justice. You shouldn't cast suspicion on people based on something as dubious as habit. In fact, you have a bad habit of showing up in court with an awful case of bedhead. Says the man who wears sunglasses at night. If it's proof you want, it's proof you'll get. I'll prove that this letter's not Miss Sykes, but yours. Sounds like you've hit on something, Apollo. It's just, if the prints on the lighter are the basis for accusing Athena, I think we should reconsider the credibility of the evidence itself. You mean you think this letter might be forged evidence? That's right. It could all be part of Fulbright's bigger plot. Did he do anything out of the ordinary while I was off on my own? I can definitely think of a few things. It is indeed. Have a look at this. What's this? A lighter? Detective would like to... Okay. If we assume he's been laying a big trap for us all along, there's got to be something off about this piece of evidence. What's wrong with the lighter as a piece of evidence? It's the owner of the prints. Are they really Athena's fingerprints? They definitely matched her print data. But what about the data itself? Detective Fulbright, you were the one who provided us with the lighter and print data. Isn't that correct? Yes, what about it? You say Miss Sykes' prints match the print data. But I have to wonder, was the data you used official? Mr. Wright, are you suggesting that the evidence might have been fabricated? Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's re-examine the prints. Using the official sanctioned print data of the people involved in this case. What? You dare insult the epitome of justice and integrity! There's no need for such antics! Your Honor, I lend my voice to the defense's request. You must allow the test to be rerun. Very well then. Bailiff! Ah, it appears that the official data is here. And the results? It's just as the defense claims. This proves that the prints on the ledger do not belong to the defendant. Yeah! Yes! The fingerprints actually belong to the victim, Mr. Clay Tehran. So he stole the lighter. He put Athena's prints on it, obviously. But how did he get the prints on there? Those were Clay's fingerprints on the lighter? Ah, I see. Come to think of it. Wasn't it you, Fulbright, who collected the victim's prints? When you took the deceased's fingerprints, you could have easily planted his prints on the lighter with his blood, after which you wiped the blood off his hand. Yeah, by your own admission, you were also the one who compiled the phony print data. All to put blame on Miss Sykes. Yeah! The ploy that must have been to distract us from the Phantom, who was behind everything. You were out to create an impression that the Phantom wasn't the true culprit. So does this mean Detective Fulbright really is the Phantom? Remember the killer's escape route. No ordinary person would have been fearless enough to attempt it. Nobody but the Phantom, the man with no emotions, could have done it. Ah, Detective Fulbright, you were the only one who could have used that escape route. Fulbright, are you really the Phantom? Answer me, or so help me I will slash you to tiny slivers where you stand. Alright, I'll talk. I confess. I'm not the Phantom.
Silence.
It's all over. Now be a man and admit it already. But I'm not a spy. I'm an undercover investigator. I've actually been after the Phantom myself. An undercover investigator? That sounds less than wholesome to me. A person who hides his identity and secretly investigates in order to uncover information. And that's what you really are, Fulbright? That's right. I was working to track down the Phantom. But sadly, even though I was supposed to catch the spy ended up catching me. He took my family hostage and forced me to cooperate with him.
Objection!
What? What? You're telling us this now? But if what you say is true, then who was the mystery person Miss Blackwell Mr. Starbucks saw? It was a Phantom, I tell you. All I did was help him by having that emergency letter load for him. I don't believe you. Then how do you explain the fabricated lighter? That was also one of the Phantom's demands. Being the detective in charge of the case, it was easy for me to fabricate evidence. Pinning the crime on Athena Sykes was just another one of the Phantom's orders. And you expect me to buy that? Fulbright, what was the Phantom's ultimate objective? I was told it was to sabotage the rocket launch. Someone who didn't want the launch to happen must have given him the order. Actually, I have to apologize to you, too. Phantom told me to get close to you. He ordered me to get back that psyche profile you have on him. So he sent a buzzard of his own to tail me this past year, did he? I haven't been a champion of justice. I've just been a pawn of evil. A pawn of the Phantom who stole the moon rock and killed Dr. Psyche 7 years ago. Enough, Fulbright. Just tell us the Phantom's true identity. I don't know. He was very careful to hide it. There's a top-secret information for all kinds of corporations and countries. So there's a number of organizations that want him dead. If you believed I was the Phantom, I could be killed on the spot. Why, I bet even now. There are assassins lurking nearby. This case is about the Phantom after all. With the ceiling blown off, I suppose you are vulnerable to a sniper's shot in this courtroom? Just 2 seconds ago, Fulbright was treating Athena like a criminal. Does he really think he's going to lie his way out of it now? But on the surface, everything does seem to make sense. This could be bad, Mr. Wright. We can't find a flaw in his logic. He's right. After we come all this way, we can't let Fulbright wiggle free now. There, I finally told the truth. Now I hope you see how foolish it was to think I was the Phantom. Think I was the Phantom. You're an intelligent man, Prosecutor Blackwell. You believe me, right? I believe you. I don't think you're the Phantom. What? How can you say that, Prosecutor Blackwell? It's obvious he's the Phantom. Evidence is everything, right, Donald? And you must admit there's no clear evidence that Fulbright is the Phantom. Yes, as I recall, the only solid proof we've seen up to this point is the fact that Detective Fulbright fabricated evidence. But... I've known Fulbright here for a year now, and all this time he's been quite intent on rehabilitating me. I don't believe his efforts were a lie. Well, Prosecutor Blackwell! This fool truly thought he could reform a death row inmate like me. He went so out of his way in his efforts for me, he actually became quite a nuisance, really. Prosecutor Blackwell, you believe me! Please tell me Prosecutor Blackwell hasn't really been taken in by this big phony... However, even if it was against your will, you still acted as the Phantom's accomplice. You will have to pay the price for that. Throw yourself at my mercy and don't you ever betray me again. Have you got that? Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you! Such a bond of trust is a rare and beautiful thing. In any case, it looks like everything has been resolved. I can now hand down a not guilty verdict with confidence. Ha ha ha! Very good. I'm very glad to hear it. It's all over. Everything's been cleared up. And Miss Sykes will go free as well. And Mr. Wright, we can't let the trial end here. If we do, the Phantom, the man who killed Clay, will get away. I know, but... what do I do? I don't have any proof that the Detective Fulbright is the Phantom. Is it? Is he going to get away just like that? Now, if you'll excuse me, my next investigation awaits. And with that, I'm off. Hold it! The defense? No, wait, not the defense. The defendant feels it's not time for a verdict yet and would like to see this trial continue. Well, what? But I was just about to declare you innocent of all charges! It just doesn't feel right to be standing here. Hey, Apollo, think you could scooch over there? Scooch over? I'm the assistant in this case, not you, Apollo. Athena, what are you doing? Hope you don't get held in contempt of court. I have some questions for you, Detective Fulbright. Are you relieved that you are no longer under suspicion of being the Phantom? Are you grateful to Prosecutor Blackwell for what he's done for you? Of course I am! I'm truly grateful from the bottom of my heart. I see what she's doing here. Athena, where are you going with these questions? I have yet to hear a single emotion behind any of Detective Fulbright's words, boss. The suspicion against him has been cleared up, but he's not feeling happy at all. What does that mean? We may not have any evidence, but the heart doesn't lie. That's it. Your special ability, we just might be able to stop him. Your Honor, the detective has been deeply traumatized by our accusations. Yes, well, even before all this, I thought he was a rather odd fellow. If he doesn't get counseling right away, who knows what might happen to him? Prosecutor Blackwell, can you believe the nonsense the defense is spouting? Fulbright, I think you'd better have that counseling. Not you too! You've been making batty remarks ever since you were accused of being the Phantom. Such as you're an undercover investigator, and your family has been taken hostage. I fear you might have finally lost it. But I thought you believed me!
Silence!
Oh, how you amuse me so! But what's going on here? That was an excellent bit of psychological manipulation just now, Simon. I knew you would catch on, Athena. Huh? Mind filling me in here? Guess we left you in the dust, huh, Mr. Wright? Simon was only pretending to believe Detective Fulbright, because he knew I noticed that there was a lack of emotions like joy or relief in his response. So he gave me the chance to take a listen. And listen I did to the voice of Detective Fulbright's heart. What? You two were working together just now? Come now, Athena. Show us what's inside Fulbright's heart. You got it. Time to check the instant replay. Widget, mon ami. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, as much as I like to continue because we're in a really... Oh no, are you kidding? I can't save here? Guys, I literally can't save here. Oh no. Hold up. Can I save here now? Yes, I can. Okay, I couldn't save there. I had to go through everything. But this is where we're going to end it. We are over time. And I believe we're about to reach the end anyway, so I will probably finish this in the next part, but I am quite hungry, so I do have to take a break for lunch, but he has no emotions. That's how you're gonna catch. It's obvious. No surprise, that's how we caught him. And we're almost done here. We're done with Dual Destinies, which is crazy to think about. But we will finish this next time. So thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to Brony Time for more content. Also, please make to share this series far and wide so they can see this incredible finale when it comes. I will see you next time.